Welcome into episode number 4 of the Troy Brown Show, brought to you by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. I'm Neil McCready. That is Troy Brown. Enjoying a Monday, kind of not off. Had to lift today, but getting his legs under him a little bit. Ole Miss and Troy. Talk about that in a minute. It's how ironic that your first game at Ole Miss as Troy Brown is against Troy, but we'll talk about that in a second. The first game is on Saturday, 3 p.m. out at Vaught-Hemingway Stadium. If you're not coming to Oxford, the game can be seen on the SEC Network starting at 3 p.m. My good friend Taylor Zarzer on the call. So, what was camp like? How challenging was it? I know you were pretty much braced for it. You'd done a lot to prepare for the heat and that kind of thing. You looked like you were faring pretty well when I saw you out there, but how did it go?
Camp was a great time for me. It was a great change up for me because the schedule was pretty different as far as how the indie periods went and how team periods and stuff went. So it was I wouldn't say hard for me at first, but it took some time for me to get used to. I settled in at the end where I was moving around pretty fast, pretty loosely and stuff like that. I feel like it was a successful camp for me because I learned the defense in and out. My communication skills have, grew since the first day to where I couldn't really, talk or look behind me and communicate every call of the defense. Now I feel confident with doing that, and going into Saturday, it's just a group of guys that's going out there ready to hunt.
I should have said this at the beginning. We're brought to you by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. They have different names, same great products, same great services. You guys know how this works in the fall. It's going to be hot, and then all of a sudden it's going to start to get a little cool, and you're going to want to make sure that heating system is ready to roll. When you do that, if you live in Oxford, Tupelo, or the surrounding area, call Comer, 662-801-1777. If you live in the Memphis area, Hernando, DeSoto County, Olive Branch, Horn Lake, those places, get in touch with the people at Southern, 662-429-4429. Yeah, it's funny you say that, Troy, because I've talked to people around the program, and they're like, we brought him in for not just to play, he could play, but brought him in to be an older guy, to be a leader. There's some talent at that position, but it's some new guys coming from different programs. It's some young guys who are still sort of cutting their teeth, if you will. Over the course of the fall, did you sort of feel like you sort of began to embrace that leadership role?
Most definitely. I feel myself coming out of a shell to where I get to talk to the guys more often on and off the field. Just get in some personal film work sometimes, and try to get to know them. More personally than it is just playing X's and O's with them. I just want them guys to know that. Even though I'm an older guy and that I've been through the ropes, that I have a lot to teach, and I also have a lot to learn from them as well. So it's a lot of give and take when I talk to them. So the relationship has been growing, and I really feel like I've known these guys longer than just these 7 to 8 months I've been here.
I suspect sometimes you probably get a little not tired of hearing about Mark Robinson and Chance Campbell, but you hear those names a lot. Both of those. I'm curious if it also sort of provides you with a little bit of motivation to see both Mark and Chance doing as well as they're doing in NFL camps. Looks like Mark's definitely going to make the Steelers. Hell, he's going to play a bunch. And Chance Campbell, as of right now, is going to be the third linebacker for the Titans when they open the season in Baltimore. Won't fall any further than fourth. It looks like they're both going to make rosters. When they were in this program just a year ago playing the position that you're playing, is that I know you're having to fill those shoes and you got to talk about those guys. Probably it's kind of hard to talk about them a bunch because you don't know them really. But
right.
But at the same time, they were here. They kind of have paved a path for you, and I know that getting to the NFL is a big part of what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely. I've gotten a chance to talk to Mark. Great guy. He's real smart, even though he just transferred to being a backer 1 year. He's made tremendous strides, and seeing what those guys did and with the defense they had last year obviously puts us a chip on our shoulder, ready to try to repeat the same things, or if not better. So we talk about that a lot. Getting after the ball the way Chance did, getting to the ball the way Chance did, being destructive the way Mark was. We all see those traits show up on film whenever we watch plays from last year, and we just try to implement it into our games and try to follow suit.
Does your game emulate one of them more than the other, or is it a kind of a hybrid of the two, or are you just a completely different player from either Chance or Mark?
Ah, I want to say I've watched both of them a lot this off season. Was trying to pick up the defense, and those guys are unique in their own ways, and I feel like I am unique in mine because of I'm not your average prototype, back. Those guys tried to do a lot of things that was in the code of being traditional backs, and sometimes I try to make those things fit to how I am. So I feel like there's a lot of the things that you can see on their tape that you can see in mine, like Mark's speed and Chance's ability to break down plays and things like that. I feel like I show up on the film in that aspect, but I feel like my game all around is just it's just kind of different from theirs.
So talking to people, kind of around the program, inside the program, they've talked a lot this last month or so about JJ Pegues and how disruptive he's become as a defensive tackle. And, Cedric Johnson as defensive end, I think showed signs last season that he was getting ready to emerge. And I've heard nothing but great things about Tavius Robinson and the strides that he's taken from last year to this year. I hear a lot about defensive backs. Obviously, AJ Finley's been at Ole Miss for I think like 27 years or something. He's been there a long time, and and you got some of the young guys from a year ago, and now Davison Igbonason looks like a potential superstar at corner down the road. People talk about the linebackers a little differently. They're like, yeah, we got some guys there, kind of waiting to see what it looks like and that kind of thing. I know you hear that. Is it kind of motivating, or you're like, hey, it's cool. We got it. We know we have to prove ourselves.
It's definitely motivating because they don't see what we see. They don't see the strides that we notice every day in practice. So they don't know what percent, but like we're striving to get at least 1% better every day. Like we're not trying to take steps back, or we're not trying to stay stagnant. We're just focusing on improving ourselves in which it will improve the whole group. So when you see Keys out there healthy and flying around, it's something exciting to see because he brings pain on every play. And when you see people like Kyrie, when he slips guards, slips tackles, showing that he's very versatile and could also play on the edge of the line. And then you see Shawnee being so smart and getting back in coverage and making smart plays and playing outside of the defense, but also inside of the defense, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So you just we're doing the little things, but it's helping so much that, not everybody is not everybody's noticing pretty much. But it's just our job to make the right play every play. And if the tackle comes to us, if the interception comes to us, great. But if it bounces out and it becomes a 1 yard loss or a 1 yard gain or something like that, we're satisfied with that.
I know Ole Miss first got on your radar back in, I guess, last November, last December. You've been here since January. You've been through fifth quarter, and now a summer and a preseason camp and all that stuff. Has it hit you that Saturday's a game day, that you're going to do the Walk of Champions and take the field in a game uniform and play a game as a Ole Miss Rebel?
We tried to mimic that this weekend, but it's not the same. It's just the vibe. It wasn't the same, and I'm pretty sure I'm ready to see it, but I do not know. I haven't experienced it, so I don't know what it's going to be like, and I'm waiting for that time.
Yeah, I look forward to talking to you about that next week, just what the experience was like. But that gets us. It's almost like you've been doing this a while, because you've now segued into the part of the show where we're going to talk about something you do know about, which is the MAC. The MAC gets rolling this week. Your former teammate, Central Michigan, your teammates at Central Michigan, they go to Stillwater to play Oklahoma State. We're going to pick these games. I don't know what our competition's going to be. It might just be bragging rights, Troy. I might end up just embarrassing myself, but I might be able to say, yeah, he played in the MAC for 3-4 years. I just destroyed him. I mean, that's what I'm kind of hoping for, but we'll see. So
we'll see.
We'll start here. Central Michigan is a 20.5 point underdog at Oklahoma State.
20.5.
20.5.
So they're thinking between something like 30 to 14, 30-ish to 14. I think the Lou is too versatile now, and I hope that they're using him in a more versatile way. But at the same time, they don't have the same tackles they had last year with Luke and Bernard. So I give them a 20.
All right, so you're gonna take Central Michigan and the points. I'm gonna take Oklahoma State and lay the points and see if I can't get ahead one game. I'm curious, when a team like Central Michigan goes into a Power 5 place, what kind of chip on your shoulder do you carry into there?
Definitely, because every game you want to have the same mindset, but these games are where you're looked down upon as, like, if you had an older sibling growing up, like, you've always been lower to them, so you've been picked on, you've been told what to do, like, go get me something to drink, stuff like that. So it's that time to show everybody, like, hey, what I've been working on, this is the first game, this is time to showcase that.
Yeah, the big brother always got the shine, right? And so you get an opportunity to say, no, it's my time at that point. All right, Western Michigan, which I'm assuming is one of y'all's big rivals, right? Central and Western, there's no love lost there?
I hate them.
Okay. Western Michigan is at Michigan State. Western Michigan's a 22-point underdog.
Michigan State is starting to be a little hyped up to me.
Yeah, Mel Tucker's got them going now. They've got a lot of talent on that team. Some people talk about them as a sleeper in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I mean, I got some old teammates from my high school back there. A couple people that I talk to still, but Western, new quarterback, don't have the star receiver they had last year. Yeah, I hope they lose by 50. I really don't care, though.
All right, so we're both going to take Michigan State and lay the points. So we've got one disagreement. We've got 5 games here on Saturday now. Okay, Central Michigan's on Thursday. Western Michigan's on Friday. Buffalo heads to Maryland. Buffalo, a 24-point underdog at College Park. Got you thinking already, see. Buffalo's a 24-point dog at Maryland.
Maryland?
Talia Tungavaloa and all those guys. Yep.
Tungavaloa. They got five out there. The receiver, the defense is not crazy. I would say I think it's going to be tighter than 24. All
right. So Troy's going to take Buffalo in the points. For some reason, I'm a little higher on Maryland than some people. Maybe it's my Big Ten bias. I'm going to take Maryland and lay the points. All right. Here's an interesting one. Bowling Green gets 24.5 out at the Rose Bowl against UCLA. Bowling Green getting 24.5 in Pasadena.
No, they're going to lose by like 40.
Okay. If you're going to be that emphatic, I'm going to roll with you. All right, here's a good one. Ohio's a pretty good team. The Bobcats. They've been pretty solid for a while now. Ohio gets 4 points at home against FAU, who looked awfully impressive in week 0. That's a good game.
I just watched that game because the DM, one of my best friends, he transferred to Charlotte, so he was number 1 at Charlotte this weekend. FAU did look pretty good, and Ohio, I'm gonna give them a 10-point win.
So you're gonna go with FAU winning?
No, Ohio.
Okay, so you're gonna go with Ohio at home, which is probably a good pick. I think I am too. I'm gonna go there as well. I kind of like them. All right, Miami of Ohio, which is in the other Oxford, Ohio. I think, isn't that right? Miami's in Oxford. Did you ever play against Miami?
I did.
I'm not sure. I think that's right. Or maybe it's Ohio that's in Oxford. Anyway, Miami of Ohio is at Kentucky, a team you'll play in about a month. The Redhawks, I believe that's what Miami is. They are getting 17.5 points. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm going to take Kentucky. I'm I'm a little bullish on the Wildcats, which I think you guys in Kentucky are going to play a really big game in about a month.
Definitely. I'm going to take Kentucky by. Still got the quarterback. Quarterback was a nice quarterback. Nice offense. Tempo, they ran it well. We lost to them.
You guys lost to Miami last year? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a matter of whether you feel comfortable with 17.5 points or you want to lay them for Kentucky.
Okay.
Which way are you going?
Plus.
All right. So you're going to take Miami and the points. I'll take Kentucky and lay them. Last one, Kent State. Kent State gets 21.5 points in Seattle against Washington. So they're heading out to the Pac-12 for one of their bye games.
I say less than 21. I don't think they're going to beat them by that much.
So you're high on Kent State.
They
must have made a favorable impression on you when you played them?
They move. Highest, it was at one point was the highest scoring offense.
All right.
And I think they scored like 50 or something a game.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take Washington here and lay the points. We've got a bunch of differences. We'll see who's ahead next week. Before we go, I need to remind people that a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. It can be tough to train your brain to stay in problem-solving mode when faced with a challenge in life, but when you learn how to find your own solutions, there's no better feeling. A therapist can help you become a better problem solver, making it easier to accomplish your goals, no matter how big or small. I've used therapy as a way to handle some stress, clear some negative thoughts at times in my life. It was a life changer for me. If you're thinking about giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, it's accessible, affordable, it's entirely online. You can get matched with a therapist after filling out a brief survey, and you can switch therapist anytime. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/MPW today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/MPW. All right, Troy, last thing before we get rolling, just what are these last few days like before you play a season opener? I know you've done this for a while, and this is a new experience with Ole Miss, but it's starting a new season. You've made it to this point. This is the reward, the fun time. Are these days sort of like a kid getting ready for Christmas, or is it anxious because you've got so much on your mind?
Always. I'm always anxious, especially when something like this is on the line, but it's just like the quiet before the storm, just sitting back, relaxed, not trying to put too much thought into it. But then when that time comes, it's just like a whole nother person jumps out of me and I'm in a whole different world. So I'm trying to hold all the emotions back right now. But when that time comes, I definitely will see it all over my face.
Well, hey, listen, great visiting with you. Best of luck to you this weekend. Hope you enjoyed the first experience. You got family coming down, or?
Yes. My kids, my family, my mom, my dad, everybody's going to be there.
That's fantastic. I'm glad everybody's going to be there. I know you'll have a great weekend. Good luck in the game against Troy on Saturday, and we will talk to you this time next week. Start looking ahead to Central Arkansas, look back on Troy, and take another look at next week in the MAC. So for Troy Brown, I'm Neil McCready. Don't forget, we're brought to you by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. Different names, same great products and services. Comer is 662-801-1777. Southern is 662-429-4429. Make sure that air conditioning unit is in great shape and start thinking ahead to the late fall and early winter when the cool weather comes. You want to turn that heater on. You want to make sure that it's ready to go. So for Troy Brown, I'm Neil McCready. Until next time, take care.